you to our awesome patrons who made this video possible. To join our community and get cool rewards like postcards from around the world, click the link in the description or go to patron.com/thewayaway.
Hello Way fam from Stockholm, Sweden. I am Josh.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to The Way Away. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, give us a like, and hit that bell so you can follow more of our adventures.
We are continuing our Nordic summer series and we are here in front of the Royal Palace of Stockholm, Sweden. We are going to be sharing things to do in Stockholm, Sweden today.
This morning we took a food tour here in Stockholm. If you didn't see it already, we'll put that video just right here so you can click on it. But today we are using our Stockholm passes to get around the city and see the things that there are to do. There are a lot of museums here and we are really excited about seeing them because we want to learn about this city. They all look really fun.
Yeah, one of our favorite things is checking out the museums and the art and the culture. So I think we're going to start with the Royal Palace and check it out. If you're just visiting Stockholm for a short period of time, it can be really beneficial to get something like a city pass so that you can get free access to everything. So you get the city pass and then you get access to all kinds of museums and activities and that sort of thing. So the things that we're doing today are all things that are included on the city pass.
With the city pass, to get around, like using the metro and stuff, is not included. We had to pay extra for that. So just know that they don't include it with the city pass.
Entrance to the palace grounds itself is free, but there are, I believe, 4 museums. So there's the apartments, the royal apartments, which is where we're headed. There's also the treasury, the stables, and the antiques museum. So I think we're gonna check out the apartments first and then maybe pop on down to the treasury because, you know, it's free.
Yeah, and why not
Why
see
not?
fancy things from the king and queen?
Yeah, free with your pass.
The king's throne.
Is it really?
Yes. I was like, what is in here? Why is everybody like, it's the throne and it's freaking gold. So I was wrong in all my excitement. It's not the king's chair. It was gifted to the Queen Christina and then also it's silver, not gold. Although I think with the lighting, it still looks gold.
It looks great either way. So far the royal apartments are really neat looking. There's crests and badges everywhere and we've seen the evolution of the decoration that they use. I guess it's a crest on their dress for like ceremonies and that sort of thing. It's really neat looking. There's all kinds of stuff on display, like rooms and rooms of it. If you haven't guessed already by us being in the palace, there is still a royal family here in Sweden. They're not as prominent in government as they used to be, but this is the council chamber where a couple times a year they'll meet with the governing body of Sweden and help inform them and that sort of thing.
While in Europe, Josh and I have come to a lot of palaces, castles, different things, but this one is particularly special because it's actually still used to this day. The crazy thing is that see these carpets, they're rolled up like this because they still use this castle, these areas to invite different people, like important people from around the world. So they just roll up this blue carpet, roll out this carpet.
The royal palace is huge. I mean, I feel like you could almost spend the whole day here if you went to every single attraction and like looked at everything. There's so much to look at there. And there's even an audio guide towards the end, so you can learn more about different things. We also went down to the treasury, and you're not supposed to film there, so we didn't. But you can actually see the royal regalia, like the crown, the scepters, their anointing oil, like so many different cool things down there. I think it's probably one of the more interesting like royal accoutrement museums that we've ever been to. I thought it was super cool. Okay, on to the next one.
I've always heard of the Nobel Prize, but I had no idea that it was Swedish. So while in Stockholm, we have decided to go to the Nobel Prize Museum.
So Alfred Nobel, father of the Nobel Peace Prize, inventor of dynamite, ironically started this group of people to give away recognition in terms of cultural advancement and literature, as well as other things like the Nobel Peace Prize, which you've heard of. So it's a Swedish and Norwegian institution where once a year the group of people will come together and vote on people that they think deserve recognition. Interestingly though, last year they didn't give any prizes to anyone because part of the governing body stepped down amidst the Me Too movement. So for the first time since World War II, no prizes have been given from Nobel. So it'll be interesting to see the history here as we walk around the museum. It's interesting to note that it was actually not until his death that Alfred Nobel was known as this caring person or becoming super famous, because in his will is where he stipulated that a lot of his fortune was to go forth into creating this prize recognition giving. I think Ashley and I just spent about an hour inside the cinema there.
Way longer than expected.
No joke. That was incredible. Like, I'm getting choked up just hearing the stories of the people that they've honored. Like, people, especially the peace and the science prizes. Those ones get me.
Yeah. It is so cool to just hear from people who have spent their life doing something incredible and amazing and achieving that and being honored for that, because so many people in the world do spend their lives doing those things but don't get honored for it. Yeah. So I think that's really special. Who thought our roads led to Ever since I learned about the Nobel Peace Prize, that's the one that I was like, yeah, that's the one that I would want to win. But I'm curious what you guys would want to win. What is yours, Josh?
I mean, science or peace, I think.
You think? Yeah. But I'm curious what you guys down below, because like going through this museum and seeing the different amazing things people have done, what Nobel Prize would you want to receive for whatever achievement you've done in your life?
Good morning. It is the next day. We took a little break to sleep a little bit, and it is gorgeous, well worth it.
Yeah, so today we are visiting the most visited museum in all the Nordics, the Vasa Museum.
And as somebody studying a skincare line, I feel compelled to remind you, wear sunscreen, okay? Even though we're going inside. It's a beautiful day. So protect your skin.
They definitely have the wow factor down by walking in and seeing this ginormous ship.
So is that what this museum is? Just the ship?
It's well, I'm not sure. There might be other things, but definitely the ship is the main attraction.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's some old preserved ship.
We'll figure it out and let you know.
Well, the Vasa Museum was awesome. We really liked it.
We learned a lot. We didn't know anything until going in there, but they have a video and they have guides that take you around for free with the cost of the entrance. We learned that in the early 1600s, the Vasa, the ship, left for sail from Stockholm and within a kilometer sunk because it was not made properly.
It basically just didn't balance well and it took on water.
Yeah, so then it sunk pretty deep into the water where at that point they didn't have enough
like technology basically.
Yeah, to pull it out. So I think they just got some of the items out of it, but then the boat has been under the water for 333 years until the 19th century, 20th century, they were able to bring it up out of the water.
So I guess it took 2 years to pull it up out of the water, several years to kind of clean it off, and then what, 17 years just to preserve the wood, and then another dozen years or so to like put it all back together like a puzzle piece, and now it's on display here.
Yeah, it's the only place in the world where you can see a boat like this on display and learn all about it. It's very cool, such a awesome part of the history here, even though really embarrassing for the king at the time. Every month we send postcards out to our patrons who give $20 and above, and this month they are getting postcards from St. Petersburg, Russia, but the stamps are in Sweden, so we are sending them out of Sweden to you guys. They should get to you hopefully soon, but I'm really excited about this. How often do you get a postcard from Russia? And Sweden, right?
Double whammy.
So we have to put all the stamps on them, and plus these little priority stamps. Yeah, so let's get sticking. Normally I try to send your postcards directly from the post office because I don't really trust these things to get them to you. I don't know what will happen, but we're gonna send them in this, so you guys have to let us know once you get your postcards in the mail. Send us a photo or something of you receiving it. That would be awesome. But here we go. We're in downtown Stockholm sending you guys Russia postcards.
32 postcards down the hatch.
If you guys are interested in being a patron and getting a postcard every month, check the link down below. We will have it posted so that you guys can become one of our patron members and support our channel, which is amazing. Thanks guys. They're in the belly of this post box and hopefully you'll receive them soon.
In our next video, we are going to discover the archipelago of Sweden and Stockholm. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, we are loving it here in Sweden, and we're glad that we were able to show you a few different places here in the city that you should visit. I think that out of almost all the cities that we've been to, Stockholm would be the place where I would say definitely come and see the museums because they are
so
amazing.
Many and they're so good. Yeah.
At some museums, I'm disappointed when we go into them, but none of the ones we went to here in Stockholm was I disappointed at all. So definitely check out the card. Depending on how many museums you go to will depend on whether or not it's cost effective for you.
Anyways, that's what we recommend you do. Some of the things to do in Stockholm, Sweden. We have a lot more to show you. Still coming out from our Nordic Summer Series.
Yeah.
Wait fam, I hope we encouraged you to get out there and travel today. We'll see you in the next video.
See you guys later.
Hey.
Bye.
A huge shout out to all of our patrons who helped make this video possible. If you want to follow more, go to Instagram at WayAwayMag. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Way More, if you want to see way more from us.